Now the father of all fathers.
I know, pretty crazy.
Brother, we got Cade in studio. What's new with you, bro?
I'm a dad.
That's crazy. I know last time you announced, or you might have announced the time before that. No, just the very last time, I guess, you announced.
I think so.
That's crazy.
I think it was about halfway home last
You could be
time.
a Diddy.
An actual daddy. Yeah, it's
That's
still unreal.
How does that feel? Like, I know we all talk about it, and I know we talked about it on the last podcast, like, how that, like, we think, hypothetically, that will feel. How does it feel now that it's actually real?
Well, here's the breakdown.
Okay.
So, you're anticipating, and obviously, he's not in my stomach, so you're not having the same feelings as mama is.
Yeah.
When he comes out, once she was about to push him out, it's a different ball game. Okay, now it's setting in.
Were you in the room?
In the room, yes.
Wow.
And
were you on that side of the curtain?
well, there wasn't a curtain.
Oh, word?
No curtain.
Okay, maybe that's just the movies. I don't know.
I'm right by her, but I'm in the mix with everything pretty much.
Is that, without getting like too crazy, is that what you thought that would be like?
Honestly, I wasn't even, a lot of dads are kind of nervous about that part, and I wasn't even really thinking about that part, and it was just more of, all right, I'm about to have a baby boy. Yeah. That was surpassing all the other stuff.
That's crazy. How did she handle it? How was she in the moment?
Well, let me brag on her for a second.
Okay.
She did an all-natural birth, no epidural.
That's crazy.
She told me beforehand, the day before, we had talked about it. She said, whatever you do, it's going to be painful. Obviously, do not let me change my mind.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking in my head, shit, that's going to be pretty tough, seeing her in pain, not saying anything. And sure enough, you have to be 10 centimeters dilated to have a baby. And she was only at 3. And she was starting to hurt real bad.
Oh, my God.
But it happened so quick from 3 to 10. The nurse came back in the room. She said, all right, he's ready to go. Because she was about to, try to say, I don't know if I can do much longer. That's what she said. I said, well, keep your breathing. Keep going through it. Nurse comes in 5 minutes later. All right, it's go time. There's his head.
Wow.
So it's just like that.
So from the moment y'all are in there to the moment you're like brand new baby out, like how long does that take?
It took 9 hours. So
okay.
It was a quicker labor, but that's I think because she didn't get the epidural.
Oh,
but
word.
The whole process was about 9 hours. She got induced, and it's freaking nuts. Yeah, it was nuts. And I cried like a baby.
Yeah,
I cried like a freaking baby.
Did the baby come out crying?
No, let out a little, and then was good. And then chilled for a minute and just chilled. First few weeks of his life, he was just chilling, and now he's a hellion.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy, dude. You are a father now. Not that we've known you your whole life, but, like, since you've been on the podcast, it's got to be a few years.
Oh, yeah.
We've known each
totally
other.
Different person from
you were just
Like,
we knew you before you met her. Like, you're just a little kid back then.
Yeah, honestly. I still am.
Yeah.
Then that's the kind of pressure of it. Is you have stereotypes. All right, you're a dad now. You got a so-and-so, but man, you just got to be yourself still. Yeah, I'm still a kid at heart, so we're going to have fun. That's what I see.
Does it feel like on the other side of it, because, like, being just a child, not having one myself, like, you look at adults that have had kids, like your parents, and you think, oh, when I have a kid, I'll have it figured out, because, like, you think adults just have it figured, but being an adult yourself, like, already you're like, dude, no, you're just, like, going day to day.
It is, yeah, and it's weird. You can't do that. I've done that, and it's been, like, I've tried to say, all right, you got to do something a certain way to be adult. Just be yourself. Be the best dad you're going to be, you don't have to have no pressure of what other dads look like and what other parents look like. But you're right. It's weird feeling like you're a kid at heart having a kid. It's a whole different pressure. It is.
And like having the actual child now, you're 6 months in, like, how do you feel like that compares to what you thought it might have looked like before? Like,
I don't know. I was scared to put any expectations on it.
Yeah.
I think so. I honestly, I tried just not to think about it. I said, all right, I'm just going to focus on him. It was hard to have expectations. Maybe a new house. We're looking to upsize the house. Didn't happen. You know, things financially, it gets different when you have a kid, you know. So,
sure.
but you just got to grind. That's what I'm doing right now on grind mode. So,
yeah. And congratulations. You have your plumber's license now?
Almost. Halfway home. I just passed my business and finance last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago now. Yeah. But that was a doozy.
That's crazy.
60% fail rate, 125 questions, 6.5 hour test. I took 6 hours and 22 minutes to complete it. Gotta pass it by 3 points. Wow. 73.
I wouldn't have thought it was that difficult to like get at least halfway there.
You know, like every tradesman has to have that. They have to have to get their license. They have to have a business and finance. They have to pass that test. Yeah. So they make it so hard. Not that they want you to know the material necessarily, but just, hey, is he going to be dedicated enough to study for this test and be able to pass it? That's what the instructor told us. She said, it's not a test of retaining all this. You're not going to use 90% of this. Yeah. But you got to pass.
That's wild that exists in things, because there's a lot of things like throughout high school that you're like, I don't use like anything basically in science, more or less. Like cooking. I mean, I guess you use a little bit of science in cooking, like boiling and frying and stuff like that. But like molecular science and like biology and stuff, you're like, dude, that's a boy, that's a girl. Like it's not a lot of that in the real world. And like the things that you wish they would have taught, like taxes or saving or finances.
I know. Never really... Yeah, I've always thought that was aggravating. And hell, I know you could take cooking class, culinary or whatever, but I wasn't in it. I wish it made it a standard thing for all students, because I'm just learning how to cook, and I just turned 26. So,
dude, I was in home ec, and like the only thing that I remember, like food-wise, that they actually had us cook was pancakes, and I don't even like pancakes.
I don't either.
Yeah, it's like not even. I more so learned how to cook with my dad, and my dad was cooking something every week, and it was like barbecue or wings or roast or like, you know, just showing me stuff like that.
I think everybody should have a simple cooking class, I think.
Yeah.
I mean
that taxes, and finances. Yeah, the whole
huge,
taxes thing.
Huge.
Like I'm nervous that in the future, like the IRS is going to come after me because I'm like maybe not doing my taxes correctly.
Oh, me too.
But it's not that I'm doing them badly on purpose. Or right. I don't even know if I'm doing them badly.
It's a lot. Yeah. And who's checking you really until you're caught? That's the thing. That's the hard part. It's like, I wasn't taught how to do this.
And to be like, until you're caught, it's like we don't even know that we're doing it good or bad.
It's not intentional.
It's just like, dude, I'm just doing the TurboTax thing. So if TurboTax
that's what I do.
You're good,
then you're good. Yeah, and I think I get the same little return every year. I like it. It makes me wonder, is this right?
Yeah, am I doing this correct? Last year was the first year I had to pay in, and I was like, man, did I mess something up? But I had to pay in like what I normally get out, and I'm like, man, things are different, dude.
That's probably gonna be me this year. Yeah, because I've had some job changes and stuff. So
yeah, that's tough. I heard something, and again, not a tax guy, but like I heard something like if you make below a certain amount of money, you will always get money back. But then I also think if you're like an entrepreneur, like you work for yourself, then you have to pay in at the end of the year if you're not saving.
It's so
up.
Weird. I don't even know.
I don't know. And I also wish that like you could pick what your taxes go to.
Me too.
Like it kind of like a charity type deal. Like, yo, you've paid in $7,000 in taxes this year. What do you want it to
You have some options here. Yeah. Pick towards this. That'd be cool.
Like in your local community. That'd be sick to
Instead, everybody's all jumbled into one thing.
Yeah, it's like, dude, we're going to... I don't even know how politics works. So
That's crazy. We went from baby talk to taxes.
Yeah, dude. Life is different when you grow up.
It is. Yeah, it honestly is. It's crazy. But it's so cool watching him grow up month by month.
Yeah.
I mean, literally every week is something new.
Has there been like a favorite moment yet? I mean, I assume the birth has got to be up there, but like, has there been something that you're like, oh my God, that's my baby doing that?
Him sitting up and laughing, I think, will always be my favorite. He just started sitting up, so he's going to be walking soon, but he's just strong already. He's got some chunky ass legs, thick legs. I mean, he just makes funny faces. He'll slap everybody, just hitting my head on the top of the head. He's just funny.
Dude, it's also crazy to think, like, you have no idea what they're going to be into.
And I can't wait for whatever he does.
Yeah,
that's the cool thing.
He could be into go-karts, or, like, he could be into science, or, like, you just
music.
don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. That's what I've been most excited for. It's crazy you said that word for word. I've been thinking, man, I can't wait to see what he wants to do. So
I wonder around about, like, what age they really start, like, shaping who they are more so than, like, mimicking what they see. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the most part, they're going to be doing whatever the other kids or whoever they're around the most is doing.
Right.
But, like, when do they start to take the turn where they're like, y'all are doing that, but I actually like this?
I'd say earlier than later, probably.
Yeah, like...
I guess it depends on the parenting, too, if you're more free to let him do, or if you're kind of pushing what you want. My thing, I just want him to do whatever he wants to do and be there for him. That's the kind of dad I want to be. But everybody's different. I want to see him excel in what he wants to do.
Yeah, it's wild, dude. Do you have any plans for, like, doubling up, maybe getting another little baby boy?
Oh, yeah.
Like, what is the ultimate goal?
Well, we talked about it today, to have 4 eventually.
4?
Yeah.
Any, like, rhyme or reason to what you would prefer? Like, in a dream world, 4 what? 4 boys? 2 girls, 2 boys? Like, what are we looking at?
Maybe 3 boys, 1 girl.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because I want to have a little girl, too.
And do you want the little girl to be the last one, or, like...
I don't know. That'd be cool.
That'd be cool, because then you got 3 older brothers.
Because she's gonna have her brothers to protect her too. Of course, Dad, but them brothers are gonna look after her too. And
just like the family that she would be coming into, like everybody that knows you can fight, basically. You know what I'm saying? It's like she's gonna be well protected.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not like she just a regular
and
kid.
Well loved too.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing. It's just I know they're all gonna be loved because Tatum is the best mom ever. Yeah. I'll say that right now. I mean, she is such a freaking good mom. And it's inspiring watching her, the things she does. Because it's tough when you're starting breastfeeding. Yeah. And she's strictly breastfed for 6 straight months. And that involves pumping as well to, save milk when she's not there, when she's at work and stuff. And, I mean, she's diligent with it. So I admire it because I can only do so much when he wakes up in the middle of the night, which is 3 or 4 times. I can be there for support, but she's the one that's going to feed him and everything just because she's breastfeeding still, and it's just, I admire her.
Dude, I hear that, like, for the first, I don't know if it's 6 months or, like, the first year and a half or something like that, like, you're almost useless as a father. Not that, like, you can't do anything, but, like, they're primarily dependent on the mother.
Exactly.
And then, like, you're there for moral support. But then after that, it kind of doesn't do a switch, but, like, you're definitely leaned on a little more. And then it's like you could start to teach. But, like...
Right. I'd say, if I had to guess, I'd say probably it's starting to get like that. Like,
that's awesome.
Not a turn, but just... Like, he loves me. He loves his dad, too. Yeah. That's the cool... He loves both of us. I freaking love it. God, it feels so good.
Coming home from, like, work and just being like, where's my baby boy?
It is. And even better, well, not better, but right there every morning when they wake up, when I'm already at work or stuff, I get a FaceTime every morning, him smiling, waking up in the morning.
That's dope.
Unlike anything.
Dude, dudes are not built like girls. Like, I know this is going to come off really weird, but if, like, we had to provide some form of, like, nourishment from our body to a child, we're not built for that.
No,
like, we're not.
No,
we're
absolutely
like,
not.
If, like, thank God it's the girl. Like, I wouldn't even know how it would work if it was a guy, but, like, we're just not. If we had our nipples getting, like, sensitive, dude, we'd be out for a day. Like,
oh yeah, oh no, I tell her all the time. We'd be like,
get him some bottled milk, dude.
Exactly. All right, he's on formula. I can't do what she does. I'm telling you that right now. She's freaking unreal.
Yeah, I can't imagine, dude. Like, the things girls go through, like, and I know we're only speaking from, like, being a guy, but, like, I wouldn't trade being a guy for a girl ever. I think
I
we're
wouldn't
just
either.
so we're so easy. Also, I mean, I have the mind of a guy, so I think we're just so easy to just be like, we'll just push forward, whatever it is.
Right.
We could break our toe. We could like have a flat tire. Whatever. We're gonna have to get through this. We can't just stop.
Exactly.
Not that girls are like that, but like we're so easy to just deal with it as it comes.
Right. Which
And
could be a downfall.
Could be. I mean, it definitely is. We do definitely need
It's a
the
positive
other half,
and a
for sure.
pro and a con for sure.
Yeah,
I think.
Like we don't take time to think about some things sometimes, and like they'll think more than you've ever thought about something. You're like, man, that is a good point of view, or a good like you're bringing this to the table. I didn't think of it like that. Like,
Right.
for sure. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I'm so excited to see how the kid comes out and like. Just like the personality of the kid. Like I
Me
already,
too. How
yeah.
he's gonna talk. I mean, I don't know what he's gonna. Is he
Dude,
gonna have my
between y'all
accent or
two,
no?
because like I don't feel like she has so much of like an accent like you do. I
No,
feel like she has like a normal voice. I don't know how to
Exactly.
describe it, but like yours is so thick.
I know it's crazy.
Like dude, if he comes out anything like you, bro, he's gonna be like the cutest kid.
My
in the world.
damn accent don't even have an origin. It just, hey, why do you or where are you from? Pensacola. Oh, you're from Cantonment, huh? Nah, I'm from West Pensacola. No, you're not. Yeah, I am. I mean, it's
Does your
hilarious.
dad sound?
He has a little accent, but it ain't like mine.
What happened?
I don't know. I think just because of my damn granny and all them. I really
That's
don't know.
wild,
I
dude.
can't explain it.
I know. I think we talk about this on the podcast like a lot, but like it's wild to me how different locations can sound. Like here sounds different than Chicago, sounds different than
Oh, yeah.
Canada, definitely sounds different than Brazil, but like how come I sound like I do and you've born and raised here, yeah?
I'm born and raised.
So am I.
It's weird.
So why do we sound so different?
I don't
And
know.
we're maybe 20 miles away from each other, if that. I don't even know.
It
But
sounds so different.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
it never made sense to me because of that reason. Like back in the day, apparently you could like from Ireland to like Scotland, all those little areas, they sound so different. But here, you could even go state to state. They
I
start
guess
to
it's
sound
because
different.
all the mixed families and traveling and
Yeah, it's got to be from like people
I don't
not.
know.
It's from people initially traveling and then not traveling anymore.
right, exactly.
You know, sitting in the spot, and then it's like they are only around their town or like whatever the 5,000 people are around, and they all start to sound like dialects of themselves or whatever. And then you have people moving in and taking out, and it's like
exactly.
it spreads a little bit, but I mean, nobody's got a voice like you. Your
Have-
voice is so specific.
Have you heard of David Cross, the comedian?
David Cross. I think I know who you're talking about.
He was in what's that movie? Scary Movie 2, the one
Yes.
that was in the
wheelchair
wheelchair.
with
Yeah,
the
exactly.
ponytail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a skit. I think it was years ago, but he was talking about how all country people sound the same no matter where you're from. He goes, "Well, I'm from so and so Georgia, and this is how I talk. Hell yeah." Well, screw you, man. I'm from Bakersfield, California, and this is how we do it up here. Well, hell with both of y'all. I'm from Anchorage, Alaska, and this is how the same voice, just from different. So it's kind of funny. Like you can have different variations of it, but it is
Yeah.
funny when you know somebody's talks with a southern accent. They talk with
Yeah.
one.
Also, like, what is like? There's country accents from like every state.
You're right. That's what I mean. It's crazy. It's weird. It's so
Yeah.
weird.
I wonder what like a country Russian accent would sound like. Like I can't even do a Russian accent. But
I
like,
can't either. If
so
I tried, I'd embarrass myself.
like within their culture, you know, they gotta also think like, well, that dude's country. Like
I
they're
see what
both
you're
Russian,
saying.
and they're like, that's a country Russian guy. Like I wonder how thick their like country Russian accent is to them. Like, is it like how we look at like Creole people? Like Creole have like,
Probably so. I'd
such
say
a
so. Unique.
yeah, that and Cajun. It's like those are so like I couldn't even know what you're saying.
It's so bizarre too. One state, and you think Louisiana immediately, and it's like I mean,
Yeah.
you have some people from Mississippi that are, but I mean, it's pretty much Louisiana.
Yeah.
That's where your Creole comes from. One state out
Yeah.
of the whole country.
It's wild.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I had to work in Thibodaux, Louisiana for like a year, and there was a lot of that time where I just had no idea what they were saying.
Oh yeah.
I was just like,
"Hey boy, let's go get the gator. Throw some of them crawfish up there." Yeah,
dude, you do a good one.
crazy.
I mean, yours was like, I could hear what you were saying, but like some of them get thicker than that.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? I don't even know where that comes from. I mean, it's like French inspired, but like, I don't know how it gets so thick and then people still understand. There's this dude on YouTube that goes around, he learns like the languages and the dialects and like there's another word for it, like the way language is actually used. And he goes to the places. So like, for example, he went to Jamaica, but he speaks like exact, I don't know if the term is Jamaican, but like he speaks exactly how they speak, like their slang and everything. And he's a white dude.
That's
crazy. But he's talking to like anybody, and they're like, they kind of look like, whoa, and they'll say it back to him because like that's obviously how they talk, but it throws people through a loop. Or there's another dude that he'll go to like China and he'll speak like Mandarin.
I've seen that. Yeah, that's unreal. And they were so shocked, weren't they?
Yeah, they were like, whoa,
yeah,
what the hell?
It's crazy, and you see people, Asian people, and they come here and speak English all the time. Of course, you could tell they're still Asian, but it's wild when you see one white guy going, and it's so shocking because it's hard. I mean, it just seems like be such a tough language to learn.
I hear all the time that like English is the hardest language.
Me too.
Because of how how multi useful each word can be and stuff like that.
And grabs from different countries too,
and like just the way it's spelled, like some words can be spelled the same or like real similar, like
right and right,
yeah.
Crazy.
Like, but or they, there, or there and there,
there and there
can, but they're so different.
Two and two.
Yeah, and I'm like, I work with this. I have two jobs, but one of them, I don't work exactly next to this lady, but there's a Spanish lady, and I try to speak Spanish to her, the little that I know, and I mean, I'm talking very little, like buenos dias, como estás, like stuff like that, like that a regular white dude would know.
Right.
And because nobody talks to her, and I feel bad because she's always using like Google Translate, and I'm trying to pick up words here or there because she's like, she probably knows as much English as I know Spanish.
Right.
So we're trying to help each other out, like, because I don't want her to feel alone. Because, like, I do feel like she probably does feel alone. And then at my other job, there's, like, these cleaning ladies, and they're Spanish. And I just, like, I talk less to them because our timing is very off. As far as, like, I don't really see them a lot.
Right.
Like, they're hit or miss where I'll see them if I see them at all. But at the other job, it's like we'll have a conversation every day, and she always like lights up. She's so excited.
Fun. It is fun because I mean, you could think somebody could look at that and say, that he, but that's bullshit if somebody says anything because you're making someone's day and you're trying to have a conversation with them.
Yeah.
That's like the other day I went on a plumbing call, and it was this elderly Spanish couple, and went in and I talked to the girl who I was doing the job for, who was renting it out, and she said, well, they're both Spanish. They speak fluent Spanish. They don't speak any English. And I said, oh, okay. So I went up there and I said, estamos para el baño, or estamos aquí para el baño, something here for the toilet. I looked it up and I said it, and the guy was just, he's excited. And we were talking, and my buddy, he took the toilet down, and I said, he's just strong, and he was laughing. You don't have to even have words to be nice to somebody and make conversation with them. Yeah. So that's cool you do that. I try to do the same thing.
Yeah. I always let them know, or I try to let them know that I know very little, so I'll be like, poquito español. Like, very little.
Yeah.
Mucho poquito, I think is how you say it. Espanol.
Very little.
Yeah, very little.
Mucho poquito.
Yeah. And
that's funny.
I was telling the cleaning ladies at my other job, I was like, I told them, mucho poquito español, and then we were done talking. However, the conversation ended, I can't remember. And then I could hear them say, I heard them say, what is, how do you, oh, no. I heard something about like English. So English.
English.
Yeah, I think they said something like he obviously speaks English, but he's trying to speak Espanol. I heard
English and Espanol.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, and she kind of pointed at me, and I don't think she knew I could see her. So I think she was trying to let them know, like, oh, he speaks a little Spanish. Like
That's cool.
Yeah, and I was like, hey,
Give
it's Fred.
him
Yeah, I was like, that's my girl right there. What's up,
Yeah.
dude? So every time I see them, they're always like super nice. But I do believe it's like it takes very little to be nice to people, and it takes
does.
almost nothing to make somebody's day, like by waving.
Hell, even this.
Yeah, smiling.
Seriously, I mean, hey, how are you? Thank you.
I will say, though, it does seem like sometimes, depending on maybe areas or whatnot, that people can take that the wrong way. Like, they think you have ulterior motives. And it's like you're just trying to be nice. It's like, I don't want nothing from you. I just...
You know where I make that factor about is intent. Someone's intent. You know, if you got your best intentions and someone thinks a way about it, hell with them.
Yeah.
That's...
I think it's more so from our youth than it is from anything else. Like, you wave and, like, maybe they have had a bad experience with somebody or a group of people or whatever, and they'll take it the wrong way, and you're like, I really didn't need anything.
And then it makes
you just trying to be, you're just, I was like,
it's a gut punch. It's a freaking gut punch.
Yeah.
But
it's tough, too, because, like, I mean, you'll get in situations where, you'll get into, like, things where, like, in the car. Like, people are real aggressive in cars.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, if somebody cuts you off and they truly were so... I just saw a video the other day where this dude... I don't know if he was on an electric bike or a motorcycle because it's, like, his GoPro.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, he's speeding up pretty good up to this, like, light. And this car, like, kind of cuts him off. It wasn't enough to, like, harm him. But it's, like, they're on a motorcycle or a bike, so it's... They're way less protected than a car on a car.
Right.
And he cut off and he's like, dude, come on. And you saw the dude, like, kind of pull. He was still in his lane, but he pulled off a little. So the dude.
Said,
he let the dude pull up to the window and the dude was like, dude, what's up? And the dude was like, dead serious. I didn't see you. I'm so sorry.
And he immediately respected that.
Yeah, he was like,
time.
oh, no, dude, it's all good. Like, not a lot of people would say that. Like, a lot of people would just be aggressive.
Right, yeah. I if I mess up in a car or something, I'd do that to give them a wave. You know, I've had that happen before where I screwed up and I was about to pull out or something and someone was looking and I said, I'm sorry, that's me, you know, and they'll give it away. You want to hear a legendary video?
What's up?
So this was about probably 10 years ago. My dad driving down the road. I'm going to give you the context so you'll be able to hear his voice. This is a classic video in my family. So my dad was making a list on his new phone to go to the Dollar General to pick up some stuff, an audio list. He pulls up to the light, and a girl tells him to get off the phone, and he caught it all on video. Listen to this,
really?
Right? Listen to this right here.
Oh, so this is an audio clip. It's not a video?
It's not a video. No, it's just audio.
Okay.
5-hour energy, razor blades, beef jerky, deodorant. Fuck off, bitch!
Oh my god!
And then he's laughing in it. He got
good grief.
He was at a light and she was trying to be ugly to him. And he was just making a little list.
Dude, it's... I get it, because there'll be times where... Like, we have this, like, weird, like... entitlement in a car. You think, like, I'm going a certain speed, and, like, maybe I'm not even near where I'm gonna be, but there's cars that are slower, way up ahead, and they cut over. And you're not cut off. You're nowhere near cut off. But because they're going slower, and you pull up and you're like, dude, what the fuck?
Exactly.
Like, but... Really, they're going the speed limit, and I was speeding, and it's like, I'm the worst about that. Like, I got to get anywhere I'm going in a fucking hurry, and I don't know why. It reminds me of that song, I'm in a hurry to get things
Oh
done.
yeah, I'm in a hurry. Yeah,
Dude, I'm forever in a
I'm
hurry.
like that too. For some stupid reason, then doesn't it feel good on rare occasion when you're not?
Yeah,
You know,
dude, it
you
feels
appreciate
like,
it.
dude,
It's
I
like,
can
wow,
just chill.
okay, I don't have to get here. I'm
Yeah.
just stressing for no reason when I'm trying to rush somewhere.
Yeah.
And honestly, if we made that every time we drove, it'd be better. Because I'm the same way, getting a rush for no reason.
Yeah.
Slow your ass down.
Dude, especially, look, and I see your truck and how big that is. I'm a small compact car, and I can zoom around things.
Mm-hmm.
A bigger vehicle like that, you gotta leave more room to slow down and stuff like that. I get nervous in bigger vehicles like that. That I think, I don't know if it's because of why or because of how I drive. That's why I like the cars that I like.
Could be.
You know,
If you like sliding around like that too.
you say sliding around, dude. I do my little.
That just sounds cool. I like
Yeah.
the sliding.
I do my bit of sliding around. Yeah, but I don't know. We are definitely all a little too entitled in certain areas, like driving, for sure.
Agreed.
I don't know what that's about.
I don't either. I guess because you have your place that you got to be at a certain time, so that's your thing. But they got theirs to be at a certain time.
Like, wouldn't it be super sick if we had some form of like in the sky interstate? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
we
that
could
would-
just
I
because
knew
how
by the
often-
way you set that up. I knew it was gonna be something bizarre.
Because how often do you think, like, dude, I live right over there. Why can't I just go? Why is there not a road straight to my house? But we think of, like, you got 3-4 more lights. We're going to be here for, like, 30 minutes because the traffic's so bad. But you're like, I'm literally a mile and a half from the house.
You know,
I
it would be
can't just
sick.
go over.
to for each route, say I was coming here, and I made it in my head, pop, and it made the hill in the sky. Then
Yeah.
you take your route and it disappears.
That'd be sick. I don't know if you watched, like, Dragon Ball Z growing up.
No, I didn't.
Oh, there's this thing where Goku learned on another planet instant transmission, where all you have to do is think of where you want to go, and you do this, and you're there.
And you're there. Wow.
Which would be crazy and convenient, because it's like whatever he touches, he can do that with as well. He'll do it, and this thing will now be where he is.
Oh wow.
So, like, if you're in the truck and, like, you and Tatum and the kid gotta go somewhere, and you're like,
We huddle
we're gonna
together.
be yeah, you just grab everybody, just you be there. It'd be crazy.
Me
if
and
our-
you with our ass rushing every time. We'd do that every time, wouldn't we?
every time, and
We
then
do.
you probably
Procrastinate.
Damn, words are hard. You probably, like, do that, and you're like, dude, I'll just wait till we're like 30 seconds away from having-
30:59, and then
Yeah, I gotta be there
transport
at
here
4,
in the chair.
and then you're like, dude, what is being late now? You just start being late for no reason.
Yeah.
I'm also one of them people that I have to be early, and if I'm on time, I'm late.
Yeah, me too.
Like, if I'm, like, at
Tatum
work.
kills me on that. She hates it because she's got to get ready and stuff, and I'm always
Yeah, that
low
another
key rushing, and she'll get mad at me.
dude. That's another pro. Like, I'm not pitting the guys versus the girls, but, like, that's another pro in my book of, like, why I'm more appreciative to be a dude is that, like,
10 minutes.
dude, we throw on whatever we have to legally be required to wear. We could throw. I could get up if I have 20 minutes to get to work, but normally I wake up like an hour before.
Right.
If I wake up late and I'm like, oh, I gotta be there in 20 minutes. I can be
Could
out
make
of the
it.
door in minutes.
Oh yeah.
I
How
could
quick?
be just.
So let's say if you had to, how quick could you go to get out the door from bed, and you have to take a shower?
And take a shower. I don't know. I'm pretty quick with taking a shower now because I had long hair for a while, and now
Oh,
that I
wow.
have short hair,
Yeah.
I'm like pretty fucking quick.
I could probably, if I had to take a shower and get out the door, honestly, at record pace, I think I could go 7 minutes.
7 minutes.
I
That's
honestly believe
remarkable.
that.
I mean, you're not gonna be fully dry, so
I just always do the old
Yeah,
towel
yeah.
scrub real quick, get a little hand through it, and I'm good with the hair.
Yeah,
Bam.
dude, 7 minutes. That's faster than I would have thought. I was gonna say like, if I absolutely have to shower,
Have to shower.
wake up from a being like, oh shit, kind of feeling.
Oh shit! I got to shower and go.
I'd probably do 10. I'm
That's
probably
good.
10.
10's good.
10's good. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think girls do that. I think girls are like, well, I'll just be an hour late.
No, for sure. No,
They're just like,
there's
I'm
no
not
doubt
rushing.
about it. Yeah, no doubt about it.
Because also they have this like thing where whatever the standard in the world is, I can't remember the name of that, but like they have this like beauty standard or whatever that they have to look more presentable than guys do. Like guys, people look at us and they're just like, yeah, he's meant to look rough or like whatever. If he looks like ragged, sometimes that's an appealing factor.
A pro, yeah.
Yeah, but if that same filter or same like style was put on a girl, they'd be like, why is she so dirty? Or why?
What would you call it?
Disheveled?
A stigma?
Yeah, yeah.
Ain't that it?
Like a beauty stigma? Yeah.
Right.
So they have that on them where they have to always look better. Like they have to look at maybe not their peak, but they have to look like they tried. And like the thing guys don't have to look like we tried.
No.
Most of the times when we try, we don't even look like we tried. You know, unless you really, polish yourself up.
Right,
like,
exactly.
Then people are like, oh, you dress up nice.
This was when I was figuring out what I was going to wear today. I was like, I'm sure we're going to talk about being a dad. I just borrowed this shirt from my dad. Went over there yesterday. Hey, you got a shirt to wear? I was in a long sleeve that was uncomfortable. Yeah, this one's a little small for me. So I threw it on. All right, I'm wearing this one. So just simple as that.
Yeah, it's like
it doesn't take a process.
That's also what's crazy about guys versus girls is like guys, we will have a wardrobe until the thing doesn't fit or it has holes in it.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think girls...
I just threw away my Rocky shirt with about 4 holes in the middle. And I don't know if you do this, but I do this every time. Every time I love a shirt that I don't want to get rid of or anything that has a hole in it and I still save it to throw it away, to make sure I throw it away, I always rip it in half where the hole is. So now I got to throw it away. No takebacks.
See, I'm really bad with shoes. Like, I'll rock these shoes till they fall apart. Like, you can see the backs of these are like, they're like cut because I walk through them. Also, the inside of the shoe is like walking through. But that's how I am with shoes. It's like I will take forever to get rid of them.
Me too.
Because I'm like, they're still working.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
they're doing what they need to do.
Yeah. And the longer I have it, the cheaper it technically was.
Oh, yeah.
If I wear a pair of shoes once, that's a full price pair of shoes. But if I wear that pair of shoes for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, it gets like to percentages of pennies cheap.
It does.
Because if I'm only paying like a penny a day, I don't know how many days that is, but like
365
Yeah,
days
I'm
times
thinking
2, we got a lot of pennies.
yeah, you divide that like the days by the ultimate price, and then you're like, dude, this is a pretty fucking
I made it
cheap
work.
shoe.
Yeah, that is very true.
But girls, they're also dealing with like trends and what's fashionable, and like, dude, that's a tough thing. I think it was Jerry Seinfeld that said this is like, guys, you always see a guy and they stopped progressing in their like fashion the year they were the most popular in their life. So like my style looks the same as it has for like the last, I don't know, 15, 20 years. Because for whatever reason, this is where I landed and I was like, yeah, that looks
Wait,
good.
that is crazy. I've never heard that. That's crazy.
That's what he says. I kind of think that's true too, because it's like,
It's interesting for sure.
yeah, and that'll be a majority of your like your life will change, and like you'll have to wear clothes that maybe sometimes are more like utilitarian, like it works better for what you do, or like I don't know. I like short shorts and like fitted, and not fitted, but like tees that aren't baggy on me.
Right.
But I used to like skinny jeans and like tank tops and band tees and shit like that. And that's like I still rock band tees now, but I don't know, like it.
I'm kind of changing towards the fitted tee too. I've had my band sheet tees. I still got them, and it's like you wear them so much. I think that was my thing. I've worn them so, and I always, when it comes to my band tees, I I don't just go by the shirt. I go with if I love the band or not. That's how I do it.
Yeah.
And so I got probably 15 and I've worn out, slap out some vintage ones. I got a cool ass vintage Metallica, the Garage album, what's it called? Garage Inc.
Yeah.
I got from that year, the
that's
album
sick.
shirt. Yeah, it's sick. And I got it for $5 on a plumbing call. Dude had a box of vintage shirts. I got a Down shirt, a Metallica Garage Inc. shirt, and one other one. I forget what it was. A Dimebag Darrell shirt.
That's
$5
crazy.
each.
How did you even bring that up? You just see the box and you're like, what's going on with these shirts?
He brought it up. We were talking about music or something, and he said, "Hey, I got some." And my coworker was with me too. He got a Black Sabbath shirt, a so and so shirt. Yeah, I'm still mad at him for taking that Black Sabbath shirt because that's one of my favorite bands. But he caught it. I was like, all right. But the Garage Inc. shirt's sick.
That is sick.
So
I always find it weird. Like I get attached to something that really doesn't mean anything if I get it or not. Like I'll see something that I want and I'm like, I'll put it in my cart or whatever online, and I'm like for example, today Vans dropped some a new colorway for a shoe, and it's like,
and as I can tell, you're a
I
good
love Vans,
fan.
as you can tell.
A Van fan.
And it's just another brown shoe, and you can see I have like 3. Like technically, there's a light tan, like an olive brown, and then a real brown.
But it'll get you.
But it'll get me, and it was like it was 30% off, and then if it's in your cart, it's like another 20 or 30% off. So it went from being like $70 to like $30.
Wow.
And I was like, do I need that? I put it in the cart, and I was like, what if I didn't have $30 and now I have the shoes? How would I feel? And then I thought back to these shoes on this wall, and I was like, I have shoes. Do I really need those shoes? And I was like, no, I don't need those shoes.
I think that's good adulting.
Yeah, I've gotten so much better
that's
about
hard.
it. I used to just be like, yes, I need that. Every shirt that I thought was funny or cool, I'd be like, yes, I need that. I need these shoes.
Same.
But it's like I'm trying to pay off a bunch of debt, and I'm getting close. I think like December 27th, maybe. I'm trying to get debt free by 2025.
Nice.
I'm gonna be so close.
That's that's an accomplishment. Right
Yes,
there.
and I think I'm gonna be like squeezing pennies just to get it on that day, because like December 27th, I think is the last payday for me on the year, and I want to see zeros.
Yeah.
And I know that's gonna put me in a pickle, but it's just like I made a goal in my mind. I was like, I'm gonna be debt free by the end of this year, and I want to start saving up money next year.
That's gonna be a different.
Yeah,
Ain't it? That's gonna be a
that's
breath
gonna
of
be
fresh
so
air.
sick, because like this is another thing we were talking about at the beginning of the podcast about like them not teaching you. I feel like I overheard something. A buddy of mine was watching YouTube, and he was watching like a finance channel, and the thing was the dude was getting on to this other guy for being in debt, and he's like, people don't teach you not to spend other people's money. Like that's what credit cards are. And yes, I know it builds credit, but he was like saying, why not reverse your thinking when you think about something like that? Why not just save up to an item you want to buy and then buy it when you actually have the money, and you're already like your regular finances aren't touched when you buy it because you're saving up to it and you're still making regular money, versus spending money and then trying to buy your way out of that hole.
Oh yeah.
Because you're paying interest on that, so it ultimately ends up being more expensive that way.
I found out about that this year. Trust me. So
what happened?
Well, we went on a trip last year to New York. Went on the credit card, and then ended up paying for my surgery on the credit card, and ended up paying for my plumbing course on the credit card. So it added up quick to where I didn't realize, hey, you're gonna owe a lot more than what you just bought for. I didn't realize that, but now I do. But it's all good. I'm just. My thinking right now, I'm doing whatever it takes to get my plumbing license, and then all hell's breaking loose. I'm coming for everybody. The golden plumber. That's my biggest excitement. So I'm just going to do it. I mean, I have to get that. That's what I got to do. So I'm going to do whatever it takes to get that and then rock and roll with it.
Yeah. So do you plan on being like your own plumber, or you want to work underneath somebody, or like how's
It's going to be my own plumber.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Is that going to be the name of the thing?
The Golden
Hammer?
Plumber.
Oh, okay.
The Golden Plumber, and I'm gonna be holding I think a hammer or a pipe wrench or both. You know, I want the hammer to be in there, but when you think of plumbing, you think of pipe. You don't think of
pipe
somebody
wrench. I was
breaking
gonna
this.
say that'd be
You know,
sick.
so I wanted to do golden hammer, but I think the Golden Plumber will be cool. That's short,
Yeah.
sweet for the people that don't know it. My bots, and they'll just see the Golden Plumber, and that'll stick with them too. The people that know that I'm the Golden Hammer, well, that'll also resonate with them. So I think that's a perfect medium. I think so. I'm still thinking on it.
That's
but
dope, dude. I
yeah.
like that.
all black van. I want it to be nice and wrapped, you know, a nice looking black, and then my logo on the side with a, you know, little animated figure of me, gold. I want it to pop out, just simple, but pop out something different. And I think I'm going to make my truck right now. I think I'm going to start off with that and advertise it out of my truck and just use that until I can get my van. But I'm gonna get there.
Dude, you can do a lot of really cool things with vehicles. Like you could do like a big QR code that somebody can just scan with their
that's
camera,
cool.
and then it goes right to your website. Or like you could put like a scan QR code on your car where it's like if you scan this, you get like 10% off your first visit.
Wow.
You know, and then you'll have a record of like.
That's nice. That's a cool idea. I've never thought about that. Dude. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, I've seen people
freaking
do
QR
that.
code.
I haven't seen the like scan this for like 10% off your first one, but I've seen like you scan a QR code and it just goes to the thing.
What if you had this QR code and it was that the meme of the dude?
Don't do that. I mean, you could do that on your regular car, but don't do that on your work truck.
That would be crazy.
That'd be terrible, dude.
Imagine somebody with a work truck like that. Oh,
no,
shit.
I think you can do some cool things with that.
I think so too.
That'll be dope. What's going on with your arm? How's your injury going? I know you had like surgery.
I got 2 more months left. Here's my battle scar.
Oh wow! So you have 2 more months of just like rehab, and then you'll be able to get back into like regular movements.
I'm not supposed to be hitting anything for 6 months, and it's hard because I want to train and hit something. Not in a just cause that's what I've done my whole life.
Yeah,
it's so weird not being fully aggressive on it, but I'll be there. I'm almost there. I'm proud of myself on that because last time I kind of jumped the gun a little early, which granted this was a different surgery, but still I prematurely got back last time, and I just want to do exactly what I need to do.
I feel like when something really puts you down, like puts you in a position where you can really envision and feel your mortality, where you're like, damn, I am not invincible. It really puts you in a position where you're like, I'll do whatever it takes so that I come back the way I was, or I come back better, or I don't come back like this. Like if you have the potential to re-injure something, just the mental break that's got to be like.
It's scary because I just turned 26. Things start breaking down a little bit whenever you've been an athlete your whole life. It's a different feeling. So I just got to keep telling myself, because I've always had, like we talked about earlier, a kid spirit where I'm invincible pretty much when it comes to any sport or anything. I just go 100% at anything. Basketball, I'm on you. Football, I'm on you. Boxing, I'm on you. It don't matter. But makes you look back. Okay, I gotta chill out a little bit. I have to chill out on this. I gotta give it all 6 months because he said if you jump back too soon, think of it as a battery on your phone. You know, it'll show, you can click on your battery life, and although it says 100 at the top right, your actual battery life will be 77% or something. That's what it's worth at 100. You know what I mean? That's kind of what it's like with your shoulder. If I screw it up again, okay, if I have to have surgery again, now I'm looking at only 75% of what, does that make sense?
Yeah, that
exactly.
Yeah, I was thinking about this when I was training my rehab for my knee, because I still haven't gone back to jiu-jitsu. When this comes out, I think I will be going that weekend or whatever to open mat to see what the movement's like, because it's not there yet. I can feel it's not there yet, but they cleared me like a month ago. They're like, you can go back, But this is a doctor that doesn't do jujitsu, so he doesn't understand like the movements and stuff. And
Which
I know
freaking sucks.
I know like the movements and like where I want my leg to be and
Yeah.
like what I want it to feel like, and it's not there. I can't bend it all the way. So my train of thought was, when I come back, what is going to be my new normal? Like, what is going to be the new feeling that is now going to be like my new baseline?
Are you going into that positively, like positive mindset?
Yeah, for sure. Because
good.
like I'm also not doing jujitsu movements, so it's hard for me to gauge where my leg really is because I'm not in that. And once I get in that and I start doing the movements again, then I'll really be able to understand. It'll strengthen in those movements, and it'll also let me know just where it is at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can like bend my leg and get on my knees and feel what that feels like in my house, but until I'm under like pressure of like a roll or like just working through movements and stuff, I won't know what it really feels like. So I'm cautious to come back because I don't want to come back too early, re-injure, and then have to restart this whole process
Exactly.
again.
Then you're wasting time. Because
Yeah.
we're getting older at the same time.
Because also, I feel like I've been going through this injury for over a year. It feels like it's been forever. And really, it's only been since like August. But it feels like it's been as long as I can remember.
Well, people come up to me all the time. You still boxing or you done for? It's like it's life is so fast paced nowadays with social media and stuff. They won't even remember I had surgery or anything. They just don't see me being active boxing, so they'll say something. It's like, nah, I'm still
It's like,
recovering.
what have you done for me lately, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's wild.
It's crazy.
How did you feel like at the last Highland fights? Like, I know I saw you. Like, me and RJ were walking around and...
Which was a blast, by the way. That was fun hanging out with y'all for when we did. I
That
know
was
we didn't
super
hang
dope.
out too long, but it was fun when we did. So,
how did you feel seeing all the hometown boys like show out like that?
oh, it was awesome, man. It's freaking so cool. Of course, my teammate Devin looked great, looked sharp. My good friend of mine, Saban, was very sharp, looked fantastic. Who else was fighting that night?
I mean, I don't know if you know him, but Cam Bennett.
Cam fought, did an excellent job.
Yeah.
So it was just...
There's a bunch of people, but I know Gunther was supposed to fight, but his opponent
got pulled out of the... Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, like he no-showed. I don't know what you do in that situation, like, but...
Roy Jr. had a guy too. He looked good. He stopped him in the first round.
Something
Young.
Young, that's
something
right.
Young,
It's like
I think.
Devin Young or something.
No, not Devin.
Chris Young.
Chris Young. That's
Chris
right.
Young,
Chris
that's right.
Young. Yep.
Dude, he looked killer.
He looked good.
Crazy.
He looked good.
And there'll be January 25th is the next Highland Fights. When are you looking to make your return?
I'm looking for probably the card after that.
The March one?
I think so.
Is that Biloxi?
I don't know. I need to ask,
Biloxi.
but I'm gonna be kicking things up a notch from starting January because that'll be close to my 6-month time. And if not, if my shoulder's saying you ain't ready by then I'll do the next one. It is what it is. But so far I'd like to shoot for March. I think that'll be cool. Don't get me fired up now.
That'd be so sick, dude. How are you staying in shape right now throughout the injury? Like
running, jump roping, my physical therapy, which is not really a cardio thing, but strengthening my shoulders, strengthening my legs. I'm just kind of doing stuff like that, calisthenics and working with a few machines. Me and Tatum got a membership at Legendary Fitness where I also do my rehab at. The guys are real cool up there. It's on it's on Palafox. Shout out to Coach Reggie and Coach Louie, Dr. Louie. But they're really good, and they have a great atmosphere there, and it's a great place to work out at. It's cool. Are you learning like things that maybe you weren't aware of, like how to strengthen your arms? Like, are you learning things that you're like, oh damn, I didn't know that about? Yeah. When I was going through the knee thing, I didn't realize how weak my knees really were. Like, I was just really waiting to be injured, and I didn't know that. Like, after doing these workouts. And again, it, like you were saying, it's not a cardio thing, but you're putting yourself in positions where you're like,
I have really strong legs. Why is this so hard? And you're just doing body weight things.
Exactly.
You're not
It's
putting
weird.
yourself with like, you're not squatting hundreds of pounds. You're like, you're balancing on one leg and then like doing this, like they call them globes, but like you're running a kettlebell around, balancing on one leg, and you can feel like the muscles inside your knee moving back and forth, and you're like, damn, this is crazy that it's this difficult.
Right. I feel like it's just because you're working muscles that you're not used to working.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what it would be because of. But it's unreal. Yeah, it's unreal. Like they have me pushing my shoulders back, pinching my shoulders back to work the shoulders. Shoulders are a very hard part to work because you do certain things, but you have to pinch your shoulders back to get the benefit of it. So that's been hard for me because it's unnatural for me. I'm not a weightlifter. I'm not used to, which I'm not lifting weights, but I'm doing certain things with weights, little stuff, and pinch your shoulders back. Talking about weightlifting, I'm seeing Brutus the barber up there. But yeah, it's
What exactly?
I'm really excited to get back.
What exactly was the injury and how did it happen?
From boxing, just tore my labrum, and they're both torn. This one's torn too. Just not as bad. I'm trying to strengthen this while I'm in rehab for this one.
Yeah.
So I can already feel coming back. I feel this one is healed labrum-wise because that's where the injury lies in when you're going inward and back. And, of course, when you're throwing a punch and you're coming in like this, that's the labrum part that's sore. But I can feel this one healing, which is a really good thing. It's still weak, but it's healing, whereas I feel this one a little tight still. Now this one's catching up.
Yeah.
So I'm really just hoping I can strengthen this good.
I'm also seeing I was also learning that I know we're told this, but we don't really take it serious, but stretching is a big deal.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
Stretching is so key. Stretching is so freaking key because you are building it up. Stretching.
Yeah.
You're preparing it, and I've never been a stretcher, and I think that could have been a lot of my problems.
Yeah, me neither.
So,
that was
knee especially. I've had knee issues too.
Yeah.
And
I got this it's a yoga strap. It's not meant to flex at all. It's meant for you to wrap around your foot and pull your foot like this.
Yeah.
And hold with pressure. And then you hold that. They taught me all sorts of stretches, but after I do those stretches, my leg literally feels brand new. It still pinches whenever it's at its most torqued like that.
But you can feel it working, huh?
Yeah, everything else after I do the stretches feels it's have you ever obviously you've taken a salt bath.
Mm-hmm.
So how limber you feel after a salt bath, you feel you feel like water. You feel like you can move in any way. That's what it feels
right.
Like doing the stretches, it just feels like it really loosens everything up. And I learned a lot going through the rehab, what really happens in your body and how the muscles, when they're really tight, they can press on joints and stuff and compress things. And especially getting older, we're gonna have to get better at doing things like that.
Got to.
Also,
Eating better, everything.
When I was going through the rehab too, Robin was helping me. Houghton, the massage therapist, she was helping me. She was trying to do. I was an experimental type thing with her because she's never really helped somebody through a meniscus tear.
Oh, okay.
So she was trying to figure out, she would massage my legs and then, we'd kind of update and be how did that work? Did that work out well? And, dude, the amount of progress I feel I made from her helping me with that, on top of the, rehab that I was already doing, it's crazy. I never had really gotten a massage before, ever. So, and then she was she found out I got injured, and she's like, "Do you want to do some complimentary things so I can learn, and it can benefit you in the long run?" And dude, I I used to get. I say I've never gotten a massage. I've literally never gone to a massage therapist before, but I would get pedicures, and like part of the pedicure is they would rub like this sugar stuff
Yeah.
all over your leg.
I know what you're talking about.
Dude, and they massage your calves, and that really was why I was going. I didn't know that at first. I just went and got a pedicure because I was like, it's important to take care of your feet if you're doing jiu-jitsu. Why not? I did it, and then from that moment on, I was like, oh, I'm hooked to these like calf massages. That was the only massage I've ever had, really. And then I went to Robin, and just what she was able to do to like free up the movement in my legs and allow me to do more like actual physical movement to get my leg going in the right direction even further. Dude, forever grateful to her.
That's cool. Shout out to Robin.
Yeah, shout out to Robin. Look up her stuff. Robert Houghton, massage therapist, I think is her Instagram handle. Either way, look up that name on Instagram. You'll find her stuff.
You might have to spell Houghton. What is it?
It's like Houghton.
Ghton.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
But amazing.
Houghton,
She's
Houghton.
super personable and is willing to work with anybody's schedule. She's
Cool.
awesome. But like that helped me move a lot more.
Have you ever had an ice bath?
Oh yeah, I love ice baths.
You love them?
I love them. Like, I'm also like the type when I do any sort of bath, so salt bath when it's hot or ice bath when it's cold, I want to sit in there for, like, if they say 3 minutes works, I want to do 10, 20. I want to sit in there as long as I possibly can for where I'm like,
Reaping all benefits.
yeah, I'm soaking up every single possible benefit. And like whenever I was doing jiu-jitsu before I got injured, every Saturday after open mat, I would come home and I would take an ice bath, and I'd wait till all the ice is melted. Like, while
Would
I'm
you
in
take
it.
one here?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'd put it in my tub.
Nice.
I'd fill it full as cold as the water as I could, and then I get 2 32-pound bags, or maybe, no, I would get 32 pounds. It would be 2 16-pound bags. It's the like, buy your ice here. Little
Ready ice.
or not ready ice. The
Oh, I know what you're talking. The vendors with
Yeah,
I know what
yeah.
you're talking about.
You
Yeah.
pay like $1 something.
Polar ice. I don't know what it's called. I'm making penguin ice.
I don't know, but those little things, like, you can get a lot of ice for like pretty cheap. Like $5, you get like 32 pounds of ice. And I put that in there, and there'll be sitting ice in there, and that's as cold as I can get anything because my tub is like cast iron, right?
Oh yeah, so it's gonna conduct all the
It
coolness.
stays pretty cold.
Oh
dude.
yeah.
So I'm in there shivering, and I heard somewhere this might have been like a Gary Brecka thing or like somebody of that like Andrew Huberman, but I heard that like if you take an ice bath, to get the most benefit out of the ice bath, you should allow your body to reheat itself. So after the ice bath, you shouldn't take a hot shower or get in a sauna. If you're gonna do that, like, do that unrelated to this. So like, do the ice bath, let your body naturally come up to regular temp, and you're gonna be shivering for a while.
Oh yeah, especially when it gets to. See, that's where I was gonna say. I started at 3 minutes, worked my way up, but then I did some my trainer did some research, and his research that he found out was after 3 to 4 minutes ish that it's, you'll get up 1 to 2 minutes, 3 minutes right here, and then it'll kind of stay like that.
Benefits, you mean?
The benefits are the same from 4 minutes to 10 minutes is what he saw, So, but before that, I worked my way up to a 10-minute. I did a 10-minute one time, and I was shivering for a good 30 minutes after. I mean, just shivering, but
Yeah.
it's.
But you're in a legit ice bath? Yeah, I'm not. I'm just got ice in my tub.
But that's cold though. I guarantee
yeah, but I
that's
bet
cold.
it's not near as cold as yours.
Really?
I'm going as cold as I can get. You're going at a
wonder.
constant cold.
Right.
Like, that cold is not getting warmer while you're in there. Like, your body will feel like you got warmer because it just is reacting. But like that, like, also they have ice baths where the water is constantly moving, so it is constantly feeling super cold. Because like if you're in an ice bath, I think everybody knows the key is like you just sit as still as possible because you're wanting your body
That's
to
what I
stay
do.
warm.
Yeah, I stay in the same spot for the same 4 minutes, just like this.
But it's also like if you get in like the pool when you're cold, if you sit still, you feel like, oh, I can feel no temperature almost. But you start to move around and you get way colder because it's like the moving water is like, there's something to that. Like, so, like some of the best ice baths in the world have not a propeller, but like a jet that just moves the water. It's not fast, but it's just enough to make you bro.
Never get comfortable, really.
Dude, that makes it like, that takes your like mental thing to another level. Like you're like, I can sit in this tub because nothing's happening.
Let me ask you this too. Do you go in barefoot in there?
Oh yeah.
That's good. That's hard for me.
The only thing, I'll wear something if I know somebody's going to be in there, like hanging out with me or something. But if nobody's there, I'm butt ass naked. Like nothing on me at all.
I just wear my underwear, and I do wear my foot gloves. It goes over my toes, just my toes. It's a half sleeve.
Dude, the first time I ever did it I couldn't keep my feet in. Ever.
That's the hardest part.
I put it in and I was like, it felt like knives.
Burning, yeah.
Yeah, it was like, dude, this is ice cold.
Yeah, burning.
It's crazy. Have you ever been like outside freezing, like hands so cold they feel like they hurt, and then you go to wash your hands
and it burns.
And it burns because you're like, I can't tell if this is really cold water or really fucking hot water.
Well, I got a funny story about that too. When I was a kid hanging out with my buddy, went to the hunting camp with him, and my dumb ass was picking up. I'd never seen snow. It wasn't snow, but it was ice on the ground, thick bit, because we went up Alabama, so a little bit more ice than here. And I was grabbing it and putting it in my pockets and stuff. And just because I thought it was so cool, I'd always want to see snow, even though it wasn't snow. But I just thought it was cool, and I was grabbing it. And next thing you know, them fingers got cold. I went running to the thing, turned on the sink, hot water, and it made it so much worse just doing that.
Yeah, you're like...
It was so bad.
I don't know what that is. Your body's freaking out, but it, like... One, I know it's because your, like, senses are frozen, so they're numb, so they can't really feel. But, like, something about it hurts so bad, even though they're numb. Like when you're trying to do the hot water thing.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
Dude, if you do a hot enough salt bath, and I'm talking like, I don't know what Hilton's done to our like water heater, if we have the best water heater in the world.
Talk.
Oh my God. Like it is so hot.
Well, it just depends on what you set it to. The highest you can normally set it to is 140. And if it's set to that, then you're going to have a scalding ass bath. I mean,
like to the point where you're like, oh, I can't get in.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the times that the water is hot enough, you can get in, and your body will be like, oh, it's so hot, and then it'll adjust pretty quickly. But sometimes it'll be so hot that you'll get in, and you'll start to shiver a little bit. You like...
Get the goosebumps?
Yeah, your body
so
is
hot.
Yeah, your body's like, oh, what is going on? And then you're fine. But, dude, I don't know recently if it's because it's semi-colder outside sometimes. But I'll like take the salt bath, and my body's like, no, that water is way too hot.
Wow, we'll have to go after this. See what temp it's at.
I've also gotten way more into colder showers now.
I like that too. I mean, it'll immediately get your senses, your energy ready to go. I think.
And I don't know if that's because I've got this like, I wouldn't say athletic mind on it, but like I'm thinking like, well, colder. It's going to help with inflammation.
Absolutely.
Also, I'm hot all the time. I used to always take hot showers. And I mean, when it gets winter, yeah, I take warmer showers than not. But, like, when it's hot outside or if it's even remotely above 70, I'm taking cooler showers.
What do you do when you jump in the cold shower? Cool or cold shower?
Well, right now, it's cool to warm or whatever because it gets, like, kind of cold outside.
Okay, say if you're taking a cold shower, what's your routine?
I will definitely start it off a little warmer to initially get in the water.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll lower it to the point where almost either the hot water is completely off or it's almost all the way off.
Right. I put mine on cold every time, right? Or not every time, but every time I do it, I'll put it on cold. I'll jump up and down like that. Then I'll just start singing a song. I'll jump in there and sing a song until I get acclimated to it. And then I'll chill out in there. But I love taking a cold shower.
That's
you know
crazy.
what I think about when I start thinking about an ice bath too, or what I thought about before, think about the people that from the Titanic.
Oh, dude, I think about things like this all the time where I'm like, what if I was in the military? A lot of them just take cold showers.
and
They
it's
they don't have the
unreal.
option
It's-
to heat.
I'm trying. Do you know off the top of your head how cold it was on the Titanic? The water.
I would assume it's got to be in the negatives.
That's what I'm thinking too. I'm about to look.
I mean, I know like water freezes at like 32 degrees, but like in the ocean, I think it can be a little different because it's always moving. Like I think still water, like water that doesn't move, freezes at 32.
Right.
But I think like
It says
if,
approximately the water temperature was 30 degrees, and I take
that's it. I
or
feel like
28 degrees.
what Google this. What is the average temperature of the ocean in general? Like
What?
that's got to
Well,
be.
we'd have to do what ocean probably. That was that
Like
ocean. You're talking about that ocean.
I don't know because I'm thinking like not near the shore because I think near the shore is going to be warmer.
For sure, it
I would
has to be.
I would
It'd have
assume,
to
right?
be. Yeah.
Deeper, like the deeper you go into the ocean,
Average temperature. I'm gonna say the Atlantic.
I'm gonna say it's like 40 degrees or something. It's probably cold as hell.
Atlantic Ocean.
Also, I don't know which one's Atlantic. What do we got on this? I know we're in the Gulf of Mexico.
Atlantic is I think to the right, I believe. It says 20 degrees Celsius, 68 degrees Fahrenheit. That can't be right.
So that's
That's
the
cold.
ocean between California and China, or is
It-
Pacific?
I
I think we got the Pacific Ocean over here. Like we're in the Gulf of Mexico, but I think on the other side of Jacksonville, I think that's Pacific because like the
is it
time-
Pacific? Okay.
Because like Pacific Standard Time.
I thought that was the Atlantic. I thought the one
Brother, we'll never know.
California was never.
We'll never know.
I'm never looking it up now. If you're watching this,
Dude, we're
do not
steadfast at
judge.
like, dude, I'm just gonna look at the ocean and be like, that is the ocean.
Yeah, right.
How are you ever in the ocean and like, are there lines like there are on like the map? Like, you're like fucking boating or whatever that's called, and then do you cross where
You're
like,
talking about
hey,
when one ocean meets another, like when they come together.
yeah,
I don't know.
are you now? You're like, yo, we're not in
Hey, I'm-
Atlantic anymore. You're
Yeah.
in now Pacific or whatever.
like
also-
a sign?
Also, think about this: like, who gave the Gulf to Mexico? Like, why is that not the Southern American Gulf?
the Gulf of America.
Like, why is it? And I'm not trying to start no race war, but I'm like, why is it the Gulf of Mexico and not like the Gulf of Texas
I guess because
or the Gulf of America?
I guess the continent or the country supersedes the.
But aren't we bigger
states,
than
probably.
Mexico?
I see what. Yeah.
Yeah. So like,
So why isn't that
Also,
the
like-
Gulf of America?
there you do have for real. Like you do have things that are
Maybe
like
because they discovered it or something. I don't know.
maybe because I think you have like Gulf of Persia. Like you have things like that, but not very many bodies of water are owned by bodies of land.
Right.
Like Atlantic, there is no like. Maybe that came from Atlantis. I don't know.
I don't know.
Pacific, like where is Pacifica or Pacifica?
There ain't
Where
no
is that
Pacific.
at?
Yeah, it's not there.
And like, I guess the Indian Ocean, like India,
India.
the Black Sea.
Black.
Like, who fucking knows, dude? Yeah, the color black owns that ocean. I don't know. I know
Well-
this. I know this is like. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, since we were going down a Pacific rabbit hole, I wanted to bring up before, if I forgot or anything, I'm getting married in December 15th of this coming month, December
This year?
this year.
What the fuck?
And I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, that's right. You won
won the wedding, and it's about to be here now.
That's crazy that
I
it's
think
that
we talked about it
soon.
at the fights, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I for some reason thought it was next year.
December 15th.
That's crazy.
Literally. Yeah. So.
Bro, did you imagine when you were a little kid that you would be married with a child you'll be 26 still?
Yes, I imagined it when I was I just turned 26 November 20th.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you. And it was like I imagine doing that younger, I think.
Really?
But since I've only known Tatum for a year and a half, once I was at that point where I was, 24, I didn't imagine to be married with a son at 26, but I wouldn't change it in any way.
That's awesome, though.
I'm freaking stoked.
That's crazy, dude. I'm happy for you. I think
Thank you.
you guys work so well together, seeing y'all hang out, and I've, barely spent time with y'all together. And I think that was the second time I've ever met her, because the first time was, I think, when you were like not casted up, but like you were in the thing.
And I think that was it. Wasn't it that at the other fight?
Yeah, the previous, which was
That was the day
October?
after surgery. I went for Dylan's fight. Yeah, day after the 9th. It was August 9th.
August 9th.
Yep.
Okay, so like, yeah, that was the first time I met her, and then the second time was like when we all kind of hung out.
And you invited her on the show. I appreciate it too.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
has work tonight, but I would love for in the future for us to come up here for sure.
Dude.
That'd be awesome.
Sick,
yeah,
dude.
that'd be awesome.
But yeah, y'all work really well together. Like, y'all's chemistry is like, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Like, y'all can tell y'all fit real well.
That's what my cousin's soon-to-be husband said. He's real cool. His name's Ben. He said, it's like y'all are tethered together. I couldn't see you with anybody else, and I couldn't see her with
Yeah.
anybody else. And I thought that was cool, him saying that, just because we never have any thought about, everybody gets in arguments, which we don't have that many, but even if we did, it never comes in my mind across at all of not having my life with her.
Yeah.
Never once in my life have I thought that. Like, I just I couldn't imagine now in the short time that I've been with a life without her or Coda boy.
That's awesome, dude.
And I got a new tattoo
Really?
this time. I know that we talked about it last time.
Yeah, Cody.
Tattoo. Here's my new boy. Right, I'll never forget that. That
That's
was funny.
so funny, dude.
Here's my new boy.
Oh, wow.
And that
Little chest.
symbol means Coda in music.
Oh, really?
I told you I played on the first podcast. I played the cello, so that's the Coda symbol spelled exactly the same. That O right there. If you're reading sheet music,
That's awesome.
so that was kind of random, but
Yeah.
that was
No,
my
that's
third
sick,
one.
dude.
So I'm looking to get like you, catch up a little bit.
Dude, you don't need tattoos. Tattoos are overrated.
I like them though. It's cool. I do like them.
Dude, tattoos are a problem. Yeah.
You said a problem?
Yeah, they're a problem.
Yeah.
dude. They're a
I don't know
problem.
I don't know if I'm gonna get fully sleeved and stuff, but I think here and there, like I got my gloves there. I just think a couple ones because it'd be something that's important to me.
Yeah.
I like that. I'll never regret getting a tattoo. Never.
Yeah.
So
That's good, dude.
yeah.
All right. Well, we're near the end of the podcast, and speaking of tattoos, our boy Johnny Mumbles.
Wait, I just saw that too. Same
Sacred
time.
Grounds Tattoo Studio. If you want to get good work, like you want to get maybe your son's name tattooed on your chest or like a full piece, like he's the dude. He is
Johnny is the guy.
Johnny's the guy, dude. Go look at his portfolio, the amount of detail to all of his work. It's like
Awesome.
like I don't know how to describe artists, but like he's one of those dudes where you're like, I don't understand how you did that.
Really?
Like you look at his work and you're like, that is so cool. Not just the idea, but the application and the execution to it. It like there's layers in there. It looks like a story all in a piece. It's like crazy. His work is amazing. If you go on Instagram, it's Johnny Mumbles. Also, their shop is at Sacred Grounds Tattoo Studio. It might be just at Sacred Grounds Tattoos, I think. But, dude, they are all awesome. Johnny is the man. Email him or DM him on Instagram. Go up there, check out the studio, do whatever. But that's the dude to go to.
Nice.
Like, he
Will you
helps
put in
us.
a good word for me?
For sure, dude.
I'm gonna call him up. Hey Johnny, we just talked about you on the podcast. I'm on the way.
Yeah, that's the boy right
That's
there. But yeah, dude, before we get out of here, I did have a question I wanted to run by you. You got 24 hours from this moment to live. And then everything's all over. What are you doing? And I sleep isn't in there. Like you're going into the 24 hours fully charged. Like you're not gonna fall asleep or get tired through this 24 hours. What do you do?
First, I'm robbing a bank.
Why?
I'm just kidding. Think about that'd be crazy thrill though. No, I am gonna do something thrilling.
Yeah.
24 hours to do something.
Yes.
First, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do first. I'm gonna eat a good breakfast. Quick breakfast, because we're in a rush. You know this,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna eat something good. A sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit to get me fired up.
Dude, for sure.
And then I'm going haywire. I'm gonna take a direct flight. Do I get to do the Goku thing?
Go ahead.
Okay, cool.
Because I don't want you to waste time on like travel. That
Okay,
seems-
good. I'm gonna go to Italy,
Okay.
and I'm gonna grab Tatum with me. It's gonna be
You're
a
gonna
little.
go visit Luca, John
Yes,
Luca.
yes, John Luca, and I'm telling you, watch him jump rope now. John Luca can jump rope his ass off.
Yo, I was just at the gym with him earlier lifting, and I asked him, I was like, "Give me some dirt on Cade. Like, tell me to bring something up. Like, what? Give me." He's like, "I don't know, dude. I can't think of anything." And I was like, "Nothing. I can't like. You ain't got a weird nickname for him, or he ain't done nothing weird in front of you." And he's like, "I don't know, dude. Like, I can't think."
He's a chill dude, ain't he?
Yeah,
he's
he's
chill.
so chill.
Did he laugh about that?
Yeah,
Talking about
yeah.
the jump roping, and he's fast. That's the cool thing. I just love jump roping,
Yeah.
and I respect anybody that can jump rope. It's just a cool thing to me.
Yeah, it's super difficult. Way more technical than you think.
So okay, back to it.
Italy.
I'm going to Italy, and I'm eating some spaghetti. A lot of places I'm gonna be eating on my adventure.
Okay, do that.
So I'm going to Italy, and I'm traveling a few little countries with my cliques. I'm going to Greece doing that.
Yeah.
And then, bam, I'm going to the mountains. See, I think I'm in a traveling mindset now. I just want to travel.
Yeah.
And then I want to go, hell, here's what we're going to do to cap it all off. I'm going to get in shape for it, 24 hours, and we're going to go to the damn Coliseum. We're going to put a ring in there, make it look badass.
Yeah.
It's going to be all kinds of people there, and I'm going to fight somebody.
Hell yeah.
And then that's my day, I guess.
I couldn't think of the exact day yet, but I one of my main thoughts and one of the things I absolutely want to get done in this thing is you're able to see your time tick down. So like wherever, let's just say it's like a floating clock in your mind. Only you can see it visually, and you can see it getting ticked down. I want my final moments to be like I'm like less than a minute, and you're seeing it tick down. I want to jump out of an airplane and it tick out before I hit.
So no,
No parachute. It's not gonna matter.
right. Are we
Yeah.
dying?
I mean, yes, it's over.
Oh, this is our last 24 hours?
This is your last.
Oh, well,
24
hell,
hours.
I ain't going to end fighting. I'm going to end in the damn... I ain't going to fight on
Can
my
I go
last
back?
day. Yeah, I'm going back.
Do that?
Maybe I'll fight and then take a nap. Nah, okay, that changes things a little bit.
Yeah, because I think it would be really cool if skydiving is your last few seconds.
That
You're
would be
just like-
badass. I got my idea.
Okay.
Last one. I'm going to steal yours, halfly. I'm going to jump out, which we did. Me and Tatum did, actually.
That's awesome.
For her birthday in July, we went skydiving.
Yeah.
Landed on the Floribama beach at sunset.
I did
Best
that
ever.
same one, except it wasn't at sunset. It was the morning.
Yeah, I got you. I was
Yeah.
debating in between those. I picked the sunset one, but
That's awesome.
I say jumping out the plane, same thing. Tick down in Alaska in the Aurora Borealis,
Oh, that'd be
the Northern
sick.
Lights.
Would you be falling through it? Is that how that works?
Yes. I don't know, but
Like,
yes.
would you be able to touch blue and green, or like, is it like a cloud, or?
I don't know. And I'd
That'd be
say
interesting.
I'd say take about
How
2
cold of a
gummies
drop that
and
would
jump
be.
through an Aurora Borealis.
You're just like crazy off your head. You're just whoa.
Yeah, that'd be nuts.
That'd be that'd
That's a
be
good
insane.
question. That was cool.
And I think it would be fun because I think why don't we all kind of live more closely to like what would be the happiest? And I feel like if you only had 24 hours, you would live the most happy 24 hours you possibly could.
You'd have to. Yeah, you'd got to.
You'd want to like squeeze life for everything it's got, and at least the falling and running out of time, I think that would be like my favorite way to go out because like
think about it too, like this, you're falling into the ground technically. You know?
Yeah.
And then you're
You
already
ain't even
there.
got a
I don't
band.
know.
Better
Yeah.
just throw over some
Morph.
dirt. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That was
That, or
good
if
symbolism.
If you could, because you wouldn't have to jump with anybody, because like you have to take thousands of hours of skydiving before you can jump alone.
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter. You don't need to
Don't
jump with
matter.
anybody. You can just jump alone. And then at that point, you would want your last 24 hours to be like maybe with the person you love the most, and then you both jump and you're hugging each other as you're.
This guy makes me cry before I leave.
All right, dude, we're gonna get out of here. Dude, I can't thank you enough for coming on. Congratulations for
Absolutely,
being
thank you.
a father. Dude, we can't wait to see you get back in shape, in a fight. You know, like I can't wait to. I haven't seen you fight in person, have I?
No, that's gonna change this year.
Dude, I cannot
March.
wait for that.
March. Who am I supposed to look at? Right there in the middle.
Yeah, whoever you want.
March. It's gonna. I'm gonna say January. Just this year in general is gonna be the best year ever. My baby boy's growing up. I'm gonna be married. We're going into it, and I'm coming to whoop some ass and have some fun. I'm going to have some fun because too many people have said I have a dad bod right now. But in all seriousness, I'm just things motivate me in the weirdest ways, and I'm gonna come back better than ever. I can't wait. I'm ready for you to see me fight. I can't wait. We got a good year ahead of us, and I'm ready for your knee to be complete again as well.
Dude, I can't wait either, brother. Can't thank you enough for coming on. Thank you guys for listening. Check out him on Instagram. You're gonna be seeing him everywhere, dude. So
CTE Howell, and then next year have a plumbing issue. Golden Plumber. Right, yeah.
that's right. All right, we love you guys. We're gonna